Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Quanmin, Make a Toy, and the World Venom Chaos. Chapter 1, I have 999 God-level skills. Is this time travel? The great era of job change for all people. In the room, the handsome Lin Ming looked at the light blue panel in front of him, a little stunned. That's right, Lin Ming is a time traveler. 30 minutes have passed since Blue Star traveled here. Unlike Blue Star, this place turned out to be a world of professionals for all. 100 years ago, Gaia, the consciousness of the plane where Blue Star lived, woke up and brought a professional system. Under the control of the consciousness of the plane, the extraordinary game descended and merged with Blue Star. So far, Blue Star has opened the era of national occupation. At the beginning of every professional person's birth, he will be given a profession by the consciousness of the plane according to his own characteristics. Professionals can strengthen themselves step by step according to their own professional characteristics, gain more powerful abilities, and finally become extraordinary. Combat professionals can become stronger by hunting monsters and defeating opponents to gain experience and equipment. Living professionals, who are able to gain experience by doing various jobs in their profession. And when Blue Star gradually adapted to the professional system and ushered in a burst of productivity, a broader world appeared in front of them. That is plane war. In different planes, they conquer each other and plunder resources, and the strong will become stronger. This is also the reason why plane consciousness builds a national occupation system. Professionals will represent Blue Star and participate in this ruthless war of planes. There is no doubt that this is a magnificent era. Traveling to this point, at the beginning, Lin Ming still had some pride in his heart. The world is so big, why can't he be allowed to make a career out of it? But soon, when he figured out his own situation, his pride immediately turned into soil, and his heart was so cool. Lin Ming in this life is an ordinary person with no background or resources. This is nothing at all. After all, no one has stipulated that ordinary people cannot create a career. The point is his career. Dragon Tamer. This is a career that sounds awesome, but it is actually useless. Just looking at this class itself, there is no doubt that it is a very powerful top-level combat class. A dragon trainer can hatch a giant dragon from a dragon egg and sign a life contract with it, so as to share vitality and power with the dragon clan, and at the same time drive the dragon clan to fight. You know, the dragon clan is the most powerful legendary creature in this world. It is conceivable that as long as this profession develops, how powerful it will be. But the problem is also here. Dragon trainer. First you have to have a dragon. This is really too cheating. What is a dragon? That is the most powerful creature in the world, and it is very protective of its cubs. It is extremely difficult to get a dragon egg. If you are not careful, you will risk being chased and killed by an adult dragon. Moreover, even if it is finally obtained by humans, this is not a precious existence that Lin Ming, an ordinary person with no background, no resources and no status, can touch. Lin Ming just checked on the internet. Even if it is a sub-dragon egg that can meet the minimum requirements of a dragon trainer, it is quite precious. A low-quality sub-dragon egg, on the auction website, starts with 1 billion star coins. You must know that the purchasing power of star coins is similar to that of RMB in the previous life. What a terrifying number. Lin Ming searched all over his body, counted his net worth, and in the end he only found out 1,000 star coins, not even enough to get the qualification to watch the auction. This is true of sub-dragon species, not to mention, there are some dragon eggs of true dragon blood in the legend, and Lin Ming has no way to buy such things. This is just the first hurdle. Even if Lin Ming is lucky enough to get a dragon egg, he still has to solve a problem, that is lifespan. The lifespan of a dragon clan can be measured in thousands of years. It takes hundreds of years for a single dragon egg to hatch. As a human with a lifespan of only 100 years, maybe, when I die of old age, I may not be able to wait for the hatching of the dragon egg. Blocked by a series of thresholds, the difficulty of getting started as a dragon trainer is simply astonishing. A dragon trainer needs to be bound to the dragon family. Without dragon eggs, a dragon cannot be hatched. Then the dragon trainer is a weak profession, which can never be upgraded. It is no different from ordinary people. It is also because of this that on the internet, dragon trainer has been selected as the strongest and most useless profession at the same time. The strongest, of course, is because the upper limit of the dragon trainer is extremely high, how powerful the Imperial Envoy dragon is. The most tasteless thing is that until now, there has not been a successful dragon trainer. What's the use of a powerful profession if you can't get started? In the 100-year history of professionals, there have been many professionals who were professional dragon trainers. But without exception, no dragon trainer has ever owned a dragon, and they all passed away as ordinary people with endless regrets. If nothing else, Lin Ming will be one of them. With such a cheating job, Lin Ming already felt that his future might be hopeless. Still thinking about the stars and the sea, it is already very good to survive. I am so disappointed that life must go on. Lin Ming concentrated and continued to look at the light blue panel. This is one of the functions obtained after awakening as a professional, the career panel. It not only records the attributes of professionals, but also integrates a variety of functions, basically replacing the existence of computers and mobile phones. Property column. Open black lens bracket name. Lin Ming close black lens bracket. Level 0. Dragon trainer profession is not activated. Open black lens bracket power. 5 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket spirit. 15 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket agility. 10 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket physique. 5 close black lens bracket. Next, Su Ming briefly glanced at other positions on the career panel. Open black lens bracket auction close black lens bracket. Message column. Open black lens bracket inventory close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket equipment column close black lens bracket. At this time, countless messages were flashing across the auction column and the message column, which was extremely lively. But other than that, Lin Ming's career panel is empty, looking very poor. It's dazzled. Lin Ming sighed leisurely, and was about to turn off the panel and seriously think about how to survive. Right at this moment, he suddenly froze, blinking his eyes hard, and couldn't believe what he saw. There is an extra page in my career panel. A normal person's career panel only has 5 pages. They are the attribute panel, auction house, information, items, and equipment. But Lin Ming could clearly see that his career panel had 6 pages. After the equipment panel, there is another page, life occupation. Didn't he already have a main job, a dragon trainer? How could there be an inexplicable life occupation panel? With a thought in Lin Ming's mind, the life and occupation panel unfolded and appeared in front of him. In an instant, Lin Ming was almost blinded. On the panel, there are densely packed squares flowing with golden light. Each square has a different pattern inside. Lin Ming's eyes widened, and he recognized it in an instant. This is all the life professions that I have trained in the profession development game of Crazy Liver in the previous life. The golden light flowing around indicated that Lin Ming has trained these professions to the full level, that is, the God level. Unexpectedly, these life occupations were also brought over by him. Counting carefully, there are hundreds of these life occupations. In other words, Lin Ming is now a veritable master of life and profession. Thinking of this, Lin Ming's breathing became short of breath and his eyes lit up. He finally has the hope of getting out of trouble. That's one of the many life careers he's had. Currently, the main dilemma Lin Ming faces is that he has no money. If you want to become a dragon trainer and become a professional, you need at least 1 billion star coins as startup capital to buy a dragon egg of a sub-dragon species. But if Lin Ming doesn't become a professional, even if Lin Ming sells himself, he won't be able to collect the terrifying billion star coins. It becomes a vicious circle. But now, this infinite loop has the possibility of breaking through. That is Lin Ming's assortment of careers in life. As long as he can earn enough money through his life career, he can achieve his goals. Buy dragon eggs, sign a contract, pull out the dragon trainer profession in your sinkhole, and become a real professional. Immediately doing what he said, seeing the hope of making a comeback, Lin Ming was full of energy, and immediately turned over and sat up, and began to study his plan to make a fortune. His life occupation is varied and almost unlimited. He first targeted potions masters, capable of making a wide variety of potions. The price of potions in this world is very expensive, and you can buy tens of thousands of them for just a bottle. And Lin Ming's potion master level is God level, so the potion he made is naturally extraordinary and can fetch a lot of money. But after estimating the cost, Lin Ming reluctantly gave up the idea. Potions are precious, but the materials used to make them are not cheap. Even the simplest bottle of potion costs tens of thousands of dollars to make. But Lin Ming's whole body now adds up to only 1,000 star coins, which is not enough at all. After thinking it over and over again, Lin Ming finally set his sights on an inconspicuous one among the countless life professions. Carver. The ability of this life profession is very common. There is only one ability, and that is carving. In Lin Ming's unremitting madness, this profession has been promoted to the god level, and the skill has also become engraving god level. The sculptor can use god-level carving skills to carve stone, wood and other materials that can be carved into various works of art, which are lifelike and exquisite. But if that's all, it's not enough to become a god-level skill. The sculptor can attach his own understanding of the sculpture to his sculpture. And this kind of understanding will form a power of rules that can be enlightened by others. This is where the true value of the engraver lies. The reason why Lin Ming chose this life profession is purely because the engraver has almost no requirements for materials, so the cost is almost zero. For things like stones and wood, just pick up some on the street. He still doesn't know how useful the carved works are to professionals in this world. But the cost is low enough, even if it fails, there is no loss. Immediately doing what he said, Lin Ming went out immediately, and soon brought back a large pile of wood and stones. At the same time, he also bought a carving knife in a nearby professional store. Everything's ready. Lin Ming sat at the table with a head-sized stone in front of him. He opened the information panel and began to search for his favorite image to carve this stone. At this moment, all he could think about was to make money quickly and buy a sub-dragon egg. So, he logically searched for pictures of various dragons. As the most famous race in the world, the dragon race has always been very popular, and there are many related photos and videos. After a while, Lin Ming found a lot of them and started to watch them one by one. Soon, he turned off the message panel, picked up the carving knife, and already knew the image of the dragon clan like the palm of his hand. Reopen the life occupation panel, select the engraver occupation attachment, and in an instant, countless knowledge and skills related to engraving flooded Lin Ming's mind. For a moment, he seemed to feel that the carving knife in his hand had life, and the seemingly ordinary stone in front of him showed a different vitality in his eyes. The next moment, Lin Ming flicked his wrist, and the carving knife in his hand danced like a silver butterfly dancing on the stone. Countless stone chips fell down in response. Soon, a lifelike dragon statue appeared in front of Lin Ming. This is a fiery dragon with thick limbs and exploding scales, lying low on the hills, looking forward vigilantly, as if preparing to fight an unknown enemy. At a glance, the feeling of nervousness and stormy weather is coming, making people suffocated, as if they are already in such a situation. Looking at the sculpture, Lin Ming smiled proudly. This is the terrifying ability of a god-level engraver. Even if you don't care about its practical effect, just looking at its appearance, it is an unparalleled work of art. A sense of pride rose in Lin Ming's heart, and it felt really good to finish a wonderful work of art with his own hands. Inspired by this emotion, he did not stop, but continued to carve. This carving takes a whole night. In the early morning of the next day, the table was covered with stone chips, which had been used up by Lin Ming and turned into statues, which were placed in front of Lin Ming. There are 9 statues in total, with different postures and images, and each statue has a unique charm, which is impressive. Lin Ming nodded in satisfaction, stretched his waist, lay down on the bed, and fell asleep directly. This sleep lasted until the afternoon, when Lin Ming got up from the bed full of energy, packed up the statue on the table, and prepared to go out. As for how to sell these statues, Lin Ming's idea is simple and crude. Set up a street stall. Because although the career panel provides auction channel services, it requires a deposit, at least 10,000 star coins to start. Lin Ming didn't have the money at this time. After a while, Lin Ming came to a bustling street. On both sides of the street, there were many small stalls selling goods. This is the residence of the Professionals Association, and the industries related to professionals gather together, so professionals gather here in groups. Because of this, the original name of this street has been forgotten, and now everyone calls it Professional Street. After paying a stall fee of 50 stars, Lin Ming found an open space on the side of the street and set up a stall. Spreading a piece of black cloth casually, he placed the stone sculptures one by one. As soon as he opened his booth attracted the attention of everyone coming and going. Without him, the things sold at Lin Ming's booth are really weird. The other stalls sell all kinds of equipment, materials, skill books and the like. Lin Ming's stall is unconventional, selling stone carvings. The carvings are all dragons, and each one is so lifelike. At first glance, it seems that the real dragons appear in front of them, which makes people's hairs stand on end. Such exquisite technology immediately attracted the attention of pedestrians. Soon, someone stopped in front of the booth, touched it carefully, and asked the price. "Brother, how do you buy this statue?" Lin Ming was lost in thought. This is the work carved out by the miracle sculptor with all his strength. In the game of the previous life, billions of gold are hard to find. In this world, it should be worth a lot of money, right? Thinking about this, he gritted his teeth and gave his own pricing. Each statue costs 50,000 yuan. How much? 50,000 star coins. Is your stone carving made of gold or silver? It's so expensive. Or is there any special effect? The man was taken aback, picked up the stone sculpture and examined it carefully. No matter how he looked at it, it was the most common stone on the street. Lin Ming coughed, and said vaguely, "It's just the most common stone, and it has special effects, there must be." In the game in the previous life, the sculptures carved with the ability of a god-level sculptor have the ability to increase understanding. But in this world, Lin Ming didn't dare to be sure, and he didn't dare to speak nonsense, for fear of making a mistake. After hearing his words, the man put down the stone sculpture, shook his head, turned around and left. These stone carvings are indeed lifelike and exquisite. But what time is it now? The age of professionals for all. If you come to any legal profession, you can rely on magic power, and one person can create thousands of such sculptures. Such an ordinary sculpture has to charge 50,000 star coins. What is the difference between this and robbery? When the other onlookers heard the conversation between the two, they also shook their heads and dispersed. It costs so much money to sell a broken sculpture. I'm afraid the whole person is not interested in money. That's right, if it's 50 yuan, I can still accept it. 50,000 yuan, it's too expensive. Listening to everyone's discussion, Lin Ming couldn't help being a little embarrassed, but he still held his spirits up and prepared to welcome the next batch of customers. This is the handiwork of a god-level sculptor. Lin Ming does not believe that even in another world, these sculptures will be priced at the same price as ordinary handicrafts. Facts have proved that Lin Ming's sculptures are indeed extraordinary. As long as you pass by, you will be more or less attracted by these lifelike sculptures, stop to watch, and ask the price. But without exception, when they heard the price that Lin Ming revealed, they were all startled, and after making complaints a few times, they turned around and left. Obviously, everyone was not very accepting of the price set by Lin Ming. A statue carved out of ordinary stone dared to sell for so much money, and it immediately attracted the attention of many street stall owners. For a while, many stall owners often cast their eyes on Lin Ming's stall, wanting to see if anyone who was taken advantage of could buy even one statue. They even opened a handicap with each other, making a small bet for fun. This made Lin Ming a little unconfident, and began to doubt himself. Could it be that his god-level life profession engraver is really useless in this world? He gritted his teeth and decided to hold on a little longer. But seeing the sky getting darker, Lin Ming inevitably became anxious. If you really can't sell any of them today, then your huge 50 yuan booth fee will be wasted. Just as Lin Ming was hesitating whether to break the jar, a figure walked towards this side. It was a majestic middle-aged man with a relaxed expression, hands behind his back, looking left and right, obviously walking. At this time, he keenly noticed that everyone's eyes were on a booth intentionally or unintentionally. They talked to each other from time to time and laughed lowly. This made him curious for a while, and walked over. He wanted to see what was being sold at the stall that attracted so much attention but had no customers. When he got closer, he couldn't help but froze. The stall in front of him actually sells stone carvings. It's interesting. The man smiled with interest. Suddenly, he seemed to have sensed something, and he froze suddenly. After a few breaths, his breathing was slightly rapid, and he hurried to the booth, staring closely at these stone carvings of various shapes. Lin Ming didn't bother to pay attention to him. He had seen too many customers who couldn't put it down and turned around after hearing the price. But the strange thing is that the man stood in front of the booth, staring at these stone carvings. His eyes swept over the stone carvings inch by inch, but his body did not move at all. And his expression couldn't maintain the indifference before. He became surprised at first, then surprised, and finally shocked. As the observation time got longer and longer, he was gradually intoxicated by it, and his expression became more and more crazy. So it is, so it is. The middle-aged man took a deep breath, his eyes full of shock. He raised his head, suppressed the excitement in his heart, and asked Lin Ming, "My little brother, how do you sell these stone sculptures?" Lin Ming had already broken the pot at this time, accepted the reality that his stone sculptures could not be sold, and was ready to close the stall and go home. Hearing the middle-aged man's question, he lazily raised his hand, stretched out 5 fingers, and said, "This number." He was ready for the middle-aged man to turn around and leave. However, unexpectedly, the middle-aged man was indeed shocked, but what he said was completely opposite. "What? Such a precious stone carving only costs 5 million. It's too cheap." As he spoke, he waved his hand proudly and said, "Little brother, please pack it for me. I want all of these 9 stone sculptures." Not to mention Lin Ming, even the people around were so shocked that they almost lost their voices when they heard it. Just now, 50,000 yuan for a stone sculpture was an exaggeration. When this man came, he directly raised it to 5 million star coins, and the price was directly doubled by 100 times. "I'm afraid this is not a trustee hired by the stall owner." "That's right, but this entrustment is too unprofessional, and the price is suddenly raised to 5 million, who will believe it?" Lin Ming also had the same suspicion in his heart. But before he could make a sound, the professional panel poked out in front of Lin Ming, and a mechanically melodious female voice sounded immediately. "Your account has been charged, 45 million star coins, please check." It turned out that the middle-aged man saw that Lin Ming didn't speak, and worried that someone would interfere with him, so he paid directly through the courier panel. And once paid, it was really 45 million, full payment. For a moment, the audience was silent, and everyone opened their mouths wide, unable to speak a word. Just now they were still doubting whether this person was a trustee, and they were still laughing at the fact that the trustee hired by the stall owner had some poor professional ability. But soon, they were slapped in the face. Because people pay directly. They could clearly hear the bill payment voice on the professional panel. "How is it possible? Is it possible that these stone carvings are really worth so much money? No, it won't be like this. Maybe this handsome stall owner is actually a rich second generation who came here to play with them. Your Excellency, go all the way." After receiving the money, Lin Ming immediately regained his spirits, quickly installed all the stone carvings on the booth, and handed them to the middle-aged man who looked extraordinary at first glance. The man took the stone sculpture, turned around and left without saying a word. After a while, it disappeared before everyone's eyes. And Lin Ming tidied up the booth quickly, turned and left. All the way was left to watch, and the melon-eating crowd, whose brains were buzzing after being hit by this shocking reversal, looked at the two who had left all the way. Their eyes were dull, and they still couldn't react. 40 million, 40 million. I can't spend my whole life. Lin Ming had a bright smile and was proud of himself, humming an out-of-key song along the way. The harvest tonight is really quite amazing. In addition to getting 100 times more money than expected, he also gained confidence. It seems that no one cares about my stone carvings before, it's all because these people have no vision. If you see a discerning one, don't you just sell it at a price of 5 million? Even though he said that, Lin Ming was still a little uneasy because the amount of money was too big after all. The reason why Lin Ming ran away so quickly was that he was a little cautious, for fear that the customer would come back and return the goods, and it would be over. But in any case, now that he has a huge sum of money, although he is still far from the star coins he needs to buy dragon eggs, it is already a good start. Now, with enough star coins, he no longer plans to set up a stall to sell stone carvings. One reason is that he is worried that the local wealthy guest who is not an ordinary person will come to ask for a refund. Secondly, he can figure it out, at least for things like stone carvings, most people can't see the mystery of them, let alone pay for them. And now, he was finally able to go one step further and complete the original plan. That is, as a god-level potion master, refining potions to make money. Compared to stone carvings, potions are truly sought after by all professionals and can earn a lot of money. Lin Ming has already checked on the auction page. A bottle of good potion can fetch a frighteningly high price. This is the starting point for your own fortune. Thinking of this, Lin Ming's mood became better and better, and he walked all the way towards the potion raw material market. On the other hand, Lin Ming spent a huge sum of 40 million yuan to purchase 9 stone sculptures. The middle-aged man did not delay and came to a sparsely populated corner. With a flash of his figure, he rose from the ground, like a meteor flying against the sky, and disappeared into the sky in an instant. Soon, he landed in a huge manner. When all the servants saw the man coming, they saluted respectfully and shouted in unison. I have seen Lord Zanwang. If other professionals saw this scene, they would be speechless in surprise and guess the identity of the man in an instant. The ranks of professionals in this world are divided into 10 ranks, and there are 11 ranks in total. For example, professionals at levels 1 to 10 are Tier 1 professionals, and so on. These 11 steps have their own titles. From bottom to top, they are Beginner, Intermediate, Advanced, Bronze, Silver, Gold, Lord, King, Saint, Legend, and the highest Immortal. And at the Lord level, professionals are eligible to choose a title for themselves and advertise it widely as their own unique symbol. The title of a Lord level professional is XX Lord. But at this moment, this middle-aged man was honored as king by everyone. This also means that he is a king-level professional with a level as high as 80, so he can enjoy such an honorary title. And the title of King of War also showed his identity. It is among the professionals in this world that he is also one of the best existences. In a word, he is a super strong man who can make an area tremble by stomping his feet. The famous king of Berserk, Lei Ming. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes, who would have known that Lei Ming, who was called the ceiling of the king-level combat profession by the outside world, and the king-level powerhouse with the strongest combat power, was quite bookish and even a little gentle. Facing everyone's flattery, Lei Ming didn't have the slightest intention of exchanging greetings. He just said hello in a hurry, and then walked straight to his study. This made everyone a little strange. They didn't understand what happened to make the adults lose their composure. In the study, Lei Ming locked the door tightly, then carefully took out the 9 stone sculptures from the package, and placed them on the table one by one. Looking at these stone carvings and feeling the unique aura attached to them, Lei Ming couldn't hide the excitement on his face anymore. Unexpectedly, I would have such an opportunity. Don't look at the outside world's biography of Lei Ming as miraculous, but the family knows their own affairs. Lei Ming himself has stayed at the king level for too long. His current level has reached an astonishing 89 level, and he is only one step away from breaking through the king level and advancing to the holy level. But it was just this one step away, and Lei Ming had been trapped for more than 10 years, and he was still unable to break through that threshold. Lei Ming himself knew the reason. At his level, if you want to upgrade and break through, in addition to experience and background, you must also pay attention to understanding the rules of the world. Lei Ming has always been good at fighting, but in this respect, he is actually weak. Although he has been looking for various ways to make up for it these years, but the results are not good. This time, it was precisely because his breakthrough failed again and he was depressed that he went out to relax. Who knew, it was just a simple walk, but at a small booth, he had a glimpse of the opportunity to make a breakthrough. At first glance, these stone carvings are nothing more than exquisite and lifelike. But only a powerhouse of Lei Ming's level can perceive the mystery contained in it. The more he looked, the more shocked Lei Ming felt. These stone carvings are not just as simple as vivid images. It seems to have shown the art of carving to the extreme. It seems that a real dragon was really sealed in the stone statue. Taking a closer look, Lei Ming seems to have really seen those powerful creatures that traverse the world. They are flying or fighting, the momentum is amazing. If it was just like this, Lei Ming wouldn't be so surprised. What really shocked him was that he actually realized the real-world rules from those giant dragons. This is exactly what Lei Ming lacks. He originally thought that this was just an illusion created by him being too eager to break through. But soon, he realized that when he understood these rules, his stubborn state for a long time actually showed signs of loosening. It is precisely because of this that Lei Ming spent 40 million yuan to buy these stone sculptures without hesitation. He believed that if there were other kings or saints, they would react in the same way without hesitation. In the study room, Lei Ming sat there quietly, releasing his spiritual sense to comprehend the rules of the world attached to these stone carvings. This comprehension lasted for a whole night. It wasn't until the sky was about to dawn that he opened his eyes in ecstasy. The realization of this night's practice is greater than his progress in the past 10 years. He could already feel the loosening of the barrier. It won't be long before I can officially break through and become a professional at the sanctuary level. After 10 years of waiting, the dawn is finally seen. How can Lei Ming not be excited? And when Lei Ming recovered from the joy of the impending breakthrough and gradually calmed down, his expression suddenly changed, and he jumped up. Broken. The reason why Lei Ming's face changed drastically was because he felt that he was so happy that he made a big mistake in handling things. The more he realized the value of these 9 statues, the more frightened he became. If viewed by low-level professionals, these statues are indeed of no value other than being beautiful and exquisite. But only a strong man above the Lord level like him can understand how valuable these statues, which contain the rules of the world, are. It can be said that if any one of these statues appeared in a sufficiently high-level auction and was recognized, it would definitely be a bloodbath. Not to mention 5 million each, even if it is 50 million, 500 million may not be able to win. Some powerhouses like myself, who cannot break through because they don't understand the rules of the world enough, will go crazy and snap up these statues at all costs. What's more, it will provoke saint-level and even immortal-level powerhouses to take action. And to be able to carve such a miraculous stone sculpture that contains the rules of the world, the sculptor must also be undoubtedly a well-deserved master figure. Such a character, no matter what era he is in, can shock the past and the present, and his name will last forever. And his works will also be enshrined in the sanctuary for future generations to look up to. A king like Lei Ming can only pay a high price to observe it for a while. But now, the works of these characters are placed on his desk like this, just like a dream. Thinking up to this point, Lei Ming took a deep breath, and felt more and more how lucky he was to be able to take down the entire 9 statues with a small amount of 50 million yuan. Thinking of this, Lei Ming became more and more restless. He thought of the lazy young man who sold statues. Obviously, at his age, it is obviously impossible to be the sculptor of these stone carvings. To be able to put such a precious thing on a street stall and sell it at a low price of 5 million. Apparently, the boy probably knew some of the true value of these stone carvings. Then his identity is ready to be revealed. Either he is a descendant of that master or his apprentice. But no matter what, this time, he took advantage of that young man. Ever since his Zhan Wang Liming debut, since when did he ever owe such a big favor? Come here. Thinking of this, Lei Ming made up his mind, and immediately shouted, calling the servant. Go to the professional street, find a boy who sells stone carvings, go back quickly. The servants were ordered to go there, but before the news came, Lei Ming couldn't sit still. No, it's better for me to go there myself, lest you run into others. Before he finished speaking, his whole body turned into a rainbow light and flew away into the sky. Soon, he returned to that familiar place again. But unfortunately, at this time, the place was empty, and the boy who sold him the stone sculpture had long since disappeared. I asked the people around, but I couldn't get an answer. They all said that it was the first time for the young man to come, and they didn't know the details. Looking at the empty booth, Lei Ming could only sigh helplessly, accepting the fact that no one was found. But he didn't give up. After returning to his manor, he immediately ordered that a reward be offered to find the boy who sold the stone carvings. At all costs. Morally speaking, he is unwilling to owe such a big favor. What's more, a disciple or descendant of a master sculptor, who can guarantee that there are no more stone carvings in his hands. Or, he himself has excellent carving skills. As long as you train well, you may not be another master. Thinking of this, Lei Ming trembled with excitement. At this moment, Lin Ming, the master sculptor in Lei Ming's eyes, didn't know how much shock his stone carving had caused to the king of Berserk. After receiving such a huge sum of money, Lin Ming immediately gave up the stone carving business. Previous experience has proved that the vast majority of people cannot perceive the specialness of stone carvings. He can't expect to have someone as knowledgeable as the middle-aged man before him every day. So he almost immediately opted for another money-making business. Potion. Compared with the mysterious stone carvings, potions are what all professionals desire. A potion master who can make high-quality potions is a guest of honor wherever he is placed. Potion raw material market. These, and these, I want them all. Lin Ming walked into a raw material store, made gestures, and came as soon as he opened his mouth, very affluent. The boss looked him up and down, looked at the slightly shabby clothes, and said politely, "My guest, this is not a vegetable market. We sell potion raw materials here, which are very expensive." "How expensive is it?" The boss sneered and said, "The things you ordered just now add up to almost 10 million star coins." Others in the store turned their heads to watch this scene with interest, wanting to see how Lin Ming would end up. Those who can come here are regular customers, and each purchase costs 1.8 million. But 10 million, such a large amount, they have never purchased. The first time this strange kid in front of him came to the door, he opened his mouth loudly, obviously trying to make a fool of himself. You must know that potions are expensive. Apart from the scarcity of alchemists, the raw materials are also the bulk. Do you really think this is a vegetable market? Ding, your account has reached 10 million, please check. Suddenly, the boss's career panel popped up, reminding him that 10 million had arrived. The smiles of everyone in the store suddenly froze on their faces. The boss even bounced off and started in front of Lin Ming, the sneer on his face instantly changed to a warm smile. "This customer, what else do you want to see? All products in this store will be discounted by 10%. Wrap all these things up for me." Lin Ming snorted coldly, feeling refreshed in his heart. I can still vividly remember the scene where the middle-aged man threw down 50 million yuan without saying a word, shaking the whole street into silence. Now, Lin Ming can also experience this feeling for himself. Really cool. Soon, Lin Ming made a deal and left the house. As a new big customer, he purchases a huge amount, so naturally he doesn't need to take it away by himself, but has a special person to help deliver the goods, and the service can only be said to be quite considerate. Before that, Lin Ming also rented a new house through the career panel. Now that I have money, I don't need to feel wrong to live in a small single room. Moreover, making potions requires a special workshop to ensure safety. Lin Ming's newly rented house is a large 3-story villa surrounded by tight guards and security is guaranteed. After reporting the address, Lin Ming went out and went to a store that sells potion-making equipment. After doing some shopping again, Shi Shiren walked home. When he returned to the newly rented villa, the medicinal materials and instruments were all in place. After the installation was completed, Lin Ming was ready to start making potions. The potion that Lin Ming is going to make this time is called Daigo. In the previous game, this potion had a more appropriate and conventional name. Experience Potion. The name just explained the effect of this potion. In the game, when players use potions, they can directly gain experience points and upgrade their level. This is undoubtedly the magic medicine among the magic medicines, so it is especially sought after by players. However, such a powerful potion is naturally impossible to use unconditionally, there are still many restrictions. For example, this potion is only effective for low-level professionals, and it will become useless if it exceeds a certain level. For another example, the experience improvement effect of this potion is limited by the level of the potion master and the quality of the raw materials. If the potion master level is too low, even low-level professionals will not gain satisfactory experience after taking it. At this time, it was Lin Ming's turn to make his debut as a god-level potionist. After maximizing the life profession of potion master, a special ability will be unlocked. The potion made by a god-level potion master can ignore the level restrictions, and anyone can take it to have an effect. That is to say, even holy level and immortal level professionals can gain experience points by drinking potions. Even if this experience value is a drop in the bucket for the experience they need. But don't forget, the higher the level of a professional, the harder it is to gain experience. At that level, killing low-level monsters will not gain experience at all, only killing monsters of similar levels will do. And where is that kind of monster so easy to find? Therefore, For many high-level professionals, the level often does not rise by one level for several years. Theoretically speaking, as long as there are enough Daigo potions, Lin Ming can forcibly pour a 90th level professional who has just entered the holy level to 100th level. It's a pity that this is just an upgrade potion, not a breakthrough potion. Therefore, it is impossible to break through the barrier between the holy level and the immortal level. But even so, this potion is scary enough. As long as it is made, it will never worry about selling. Honeysuckle, Tianmajao powder, rootless ginseng. Lin Ming loaded the potion master profession, and with a light flick of his finger, picked up the ingredients one by one with ease and processed them. Or soak, or burn at high temperature, and concentrate at low temperature. In his hands, every material was transformed into a bottle of light blue potion under complicated techniques. There is also a dark blue gas in the potion, which looks extraordinarily mysterious. Looking at the potion in his hand, Lin Ming immediately opened the auction panel in the career panel without delay. This page had nothing to do with him before. All functions can only be viewed, not moved. But now it's different. We have money. After paying a deposit of 100,000 star coins, the trading system in the auction panel was officially opened to Lin Ming. In this system, professionals can trade and shop anonymously or publicly on a world platform like a game. Whenever the transaction is completed, the Gaia consciousness will open the transmission channel, and the goods will be directly transmitted to the hands of the buyer, and the service will be in place. In addition, on this page, professionals can also request Gaia consciousness to notarize their products, display the effect, and ensure that the buying and selling price is fair. This highly fair and highly free trading system has penetrated into all professionals. This is exactly what Lin Ming needs. For Lin Ming, this trading system perfectly solved his problem. After all, as a dragon trainer who has not yet officially become a professional, suddenly taking out such a precious potion, it is inevitable that people will be suspicious and even cause trouble. But in the Gaia trading system, there is no such problem. As long as you choose to remain anonymous, even the most powerful professional cannot reveal your identity under the eyes of Gaia's consciousness. Please notarize this bottle of potion in my hand. Lin Ming held the magic potion and spent 10,000 star coins to make a fair request to the Gaia consciousness. The space in front of Lin Ming distorted instantly, creating a transparent wormhole. Lin Ming threw the potion in. Soon, the potion was spit out again. On Lin Ming's panel, the notarized information of this bottle of potion appeared. Unnamed potion, nameable. Effect. Get 10 million experience after drinking, no level limit. Close black lens bracket. Evaluation. Extremely precious. Close black lens bracket. Seeing Gaia's consciousness give an evaluation, Lin Ming nodded in satisfaction. The effect of this potion was better than he expected. What does 10 million experiences mean? You know, the experience required to upgrade from level 60 to level 61 is exactly 10 million. And the experience required to upgrade from level 61 to level 62 has doubled. That is to say, a bottle of potion from Lin Ming can make a 60th level professional who has just entered the Lord level rise to 61st level. After 2 more bottles, it will be level 62. Drink 4 more bottles, and you will be level 63. No side effects, no usage restrictions, just drink it. What kind of terrifying upgrade speed is this? Moreover, this bottle of potion is not Lin Ming's limit. This is just the upper limit of what Lin Ming can do due to the quality of raw materials. After all, in the market, the quality of potion ingredients he could buy in bulk was just that. If there are enough good materials, the quality of this potion will be improved qualitatively. With the notarization of Gaia consciousness, Lin Ming suddenly has no worries. He immediately started to consume all the materials he could use and made them into potions. Soon, 10 bottles of potions appeared on Lin Ming's table. Lin Ming smiled contentedly, opened the auction system, registered an anonymous account, and set the account name as Ming. Change the name of the potion to Daigo, and everything is ready. Lin Ming put all these potions into the auction system, setting a reserve price of 1 million star coins, and each bid should not be less than 10,000 star coins. The reason for doing this is because the fairness of Gaia's consciousness did not give a price, and he was not sure how much this potion should be. So first throw it into the auction system to have a look, and I have a bottom line in my heart. After finishing all this, Click submit, and a new wormhole appeared, swallowing the 10 bottles of potion on the table. After finishing all this, Lin Ming stretched himself and went to rest in his room. He wants to feel the big bed in the villa. As for the potion, under the supervision of Gaia consciousness, he can rest at ease and see the result when he wakes up. Soon, Lin Ming, who had been busy all day, fell into a deep sleep. He was asleep, and the turmoil caused by him had just begun. Family, come on, let's browse the auction channel again to see if there is any good stuff today. A woman with a pretty face is facing the camera and is broadcasting live. In this world, since the professional panel integrates the functions of computers, mobile phones and express delivery, the live broadcast industry is also quite developed. The woman in front of her is Yong Lu, not only a level 45 professional, but also a new media professional. Every night, she will live broadcast on time. The general live broadcast content is to rely on her not weak professional knowledge to explain the latest popular battles and introduce new professionals with potential. In addition, she will also comment on the products on the trading page from time to time, and sometimes lead fans to pick up leaks. Because of her outstanding appearance and impressive strength, her career as an anchor has also been smooth sailing, and her reputation is not small. Today's serious live broadcast is over, but Yong Lu's nature is still undiminished. She opened the trading panel and began to browse the products inside. Browsing and commenting. This Yi Yang grass is not bad, and the price is fair. It only costs 50,000 yuan. You can buy it if you need it. This knife, hey, I advise my family members to calm down. Don't think that the price is much lower than the same level, but this kind of knife usually has hidden wounds inside. After you get it, the repair fee may be more expensive than the knife itself. After commenting on them one by one, she turned to the auction interface and looked at them. What? At the first glance, she saw the weirdly named, Daigo, potion. Click to open it, just read the first line, and found that the effect is to improve the experience, and immediately laughed. Family, we have met a novice in refining medicine. In this regard, a crowd of bullet screens expressed their puzzlement. You don't understand that, do you? Yong Lu smiled and explained confidently, the market for upgrade potions is already very mature. Based on how much experience can be improved and how many levels can be used, there is a very clear price division. After all, no matter how precious advanced potions are, everyone has already figured out the market price. Only potions masters who don't have confidence in themselves and don't understand the market will choose to take this potion to the auction house to bid at a starting price. As long as they do some calculations, it's a clear loss of money. Just as she was talking, a few bullet screens flashed past suddenly, attracting her attention. Anchor, look at the price of that bottle of potion is too high to afford. Just now it was 1 million, now it's 10 million. What? Yong Lu was taken aback, and quickly looked over, only to see that at this moment, under the auction interface of the so-called elixir, countless auctioneers' information swept like a flood. And the price of the potion is also rising at an unbelievable speed. 10 million, 15 million, 50 million. That is, the few seconds Yong Lu just stared at, the price of this bottle of potion soared from 10 million to 50 million, a five-fold increase. At this time, the soaring price not only did not stop, but the speed was getting faster and faster. Seeing it, it is rushing towards the 100 million star coin mark. Is this person crazy? Watching this scene, Yong Lu was terrified. What is the concept of 100 million star coins? Almost enough to buy an upgrade potion for a warehouse. This has far exceeded the price of upgrading the potion. And this group of people used so much money to compete for a bottle of potion. She still wanted to mutter a few words, but after reading the auctioneer's information, she immediately shut her mouth. Because at this time, more and more real names appeared among the auctioneers. Among them, there are many super bosses who are in high places and call the wind and rain. Family, I misunderstood, this bottle of potion is extraordinary. Seeing that these big shots also started to snatch the bottle of potion, Yong Lu immediately realized something was wrong. She quickly clicked on the detailed description of the medicine, and read it word by word. When she saw 10 million experience points, she took a sharp breath. 10 million, that's enough for a Lord-level professional to be promoted to a higher level. But if that's the case, that's not enough to explain the enthusiasm for it. Because she had seen just now that among the auctioneers, a king-level professional had already appeared. And when she saw the last sentence, no level limit, everything became clear, and she was so shocked that she couldn't speak. But all potions have a level limit, and it is invalid if used beyond the level, which is common sense. And the bottle of elixir in front of him suddenly overturned common sense. Regardless of the level, this means that even if it is used by a king level, holy level, or even the legendary immortal level powerhouse, experience can be improved. This tens of millions of experience is certainly a drop in the bucket for them. But unable to stand up to the entrusted auctioneer, he released 10 bottles in one go. 10 bottles are enough to raise a professional who has just entered the Lord all the way to the peak of the Lord level. And this also means one thing, that is, this bottle of potion is not alone. The potion master who made it has the ability to mass produce it. This is the real reason why these king level and even holy level powerhouses are crazy. As long as he can make good friends with this mysterious potion master, his future is simply limitless. You and your own forces will usher in a surge in strength. Families. Yonglu licked her dry lips, her voice trembling with excitement. Please remember, at this moment, we have seen history. We witnessed with our own eyes the birth of a legendary potion master. At this time, only a few minutes had passed since Lin Ming fell asleep and the potion was put on the shelf. A few minutes later, this bottle of potion caused a sensation in the whole world. I don't know how many bosses woke up from their sleep because of the appearance of this bottle of potion in the middle of the night. But anyone who sees this bottle of potion will snap up it without hesitation. If you don't have enough money, call your friends, even if you can't buy it, just have a look. Up to 10 million experience, there is no level limit, such a terrifying potion, I have never heard of it. They have never doubted the authenticity of the potion. Because this bottle of elixir has been notarized by Gaia's consciousness, there is absolutely no possibility of falsehood. With the help of everyone, at this time, the price of a bottle of potion has soared to an astonishing 100 million star coins. At the same time, more and more real names of bigwigs appeared on the list of auctioneers. They either didn't have time to hide, or they took the initiative to reveal their identities to threaten other bidders. But such small actions are of no use. Because there are more and more bosses. Everyone refused to accept the other, but the competition became more intense. At this time, the list of auctioneers for Daigo Potion can be called a gathering of talents. At this time, millions of people had poured into the auction room of the Daigo Potion. At this time, the number of people was still rising crazily, and it didn't stop until it reached 10 million. It's not that the number of people paying attention is over. Rather, the auction room designed by Gaia's consciousness can accommodate only so many people. More people can only pay attention to this unprecedented auction through the host's live broadcast room. With so many people, naturally not all of them could afford this price. In fact, the vast majority of people just came to join in the fun. After all, even if you can't afford the miraculous magic potion, just coming here to see it is a very good harvest. After all, it is not always possible to see the amazing scene where so many legendary boss-level characters gather together. Especially at this time, they are still bidding frantically for a certain rare treasure. Look, that is Lord Gallowand, she bid 115 million a bottle. Isn't that His Excellency the King of War? He also made a move, 130 million. Isn't that Feng Wang? He also made a move and added another 30 million. The Holy One has made a move. After the emergence of the King class, more powerful professionals began to appear. With tens of millions of viewers watching, the auctioneer's information has all become real names at this time. This is a very rare thing. After all, no one wants to let others know what treasure they have obtained. But things are different now. This auction is no longer a matter of money. It's an all-round competition of strength, connections, status, and money. What? You said you were rich, look at my king-level fist, can you bear it? At some point, among the auctioneers, professionals below the lord level had disappeared. Lastly, only those who have the level of a lord and have a considerable background behind them are eligible to participate in this battle. Are these people crazy? They don't treat money like money. What do you know? These 10 bottles of elixir are of course useless to king level and holy level professionals. The most important thing is to have a good relationship with the master who made these potions. What's 100 million? If you can have a good relationship with that kind of master, 1 billion is worth it. Looking at the auction prices that are almost changing rapidly, in reality. A viewer sighed to the friend next to him. I don't know the Potion Masters Guild's reaction to this miraculous potion. As the official association of potion masters, every potion master must be registered in it to be regarded as an official Potion Masters Guild, which naturally has the most potion masters. Many people were curious. At this moment a great potion master, Ming, suddenly popped up. As soon as it was shot, it was the appalling Daigo potion. How does the Potion Masters Guild feel? What, isn't this great potion master from the Potion Masters Guild? Someone asked in a daze. The others glanced at him one after another, and walked away one after another. It's all gone to this level, and I haven't figured it out yet. I'm afraid this person is a fool. If it was really a potion master who came out of the Potion Masters Guild, why would he need to throw such a precious potion directly into the auction house, and the auction reserve price was only 1 million? That must be a grand event in the history of potion masters. At this moment, a message popped up on the top of everyone's message panel. This is a world broadcast that will appear on everyone's panel and be seen by everyone. To be able to do this, it will cost a lot of money. A full 500 million star coins are needed. Those who can afford to pay this price to broadcast to the world are naturally not some unknown forces. The guild spent 2 billion to buy these 10 bottles of potions. I hope all the adults will give the guild a face. All the auctioneers here will enjoy a 50% discount for purchasing any service in the guild in the next year. And the signature of this sentence is clearly the Potion Masters Guild. Seeing that the popularity of the Daigo potion was getting higher and higher, the Potion Masters Guild finally couldn't sit still. Potions with such terrifying effects, whether out of the spirit of seeking knowledge or for the sake of the Potionists Guild's reputation, the Potionists Guild had to take it down. Even if you can't get inspiration from it, make a bottle out of it. It is also a great achievement to have a good relationship with that mysterious great potion master. In the future, he might be able to win him over and become a member of the Potion Masters Guild. As soon as the announcement from the Potionists Guild came out, the bidding speed in the lively auction room slowed down quickly. Of course, not everyone is afraid of the Potion Masters Guild. The main reason is the conditions he offered, which are quite attractive. A 50% discount on all services is such a great benefit, enough to make even a king-level powerhouse tempted. But since there are those who buy it, then naturally there are those who don't. The announcement from the Potionists Guild had just cycled twice at the top of the message page before it was replaced by a new world broadcast. Who are you? I will offer 2.2 billion. The new broadcast was a sarcasm. Immediately afterwards, in the live broadcast room, a new highest bid was born. 220 million. The bidder, the heavenly illusionary lord. A famous holy powerhouse. Asshole. In the meeting room of the Potion Masters Guild, an old man with white hair and beard suddenly stood up and cursed at the words on the projection screen in front of him. He is the president of the Potion Masters Guild, Tuoba. But after scolding, he could only sit down helplessly. In the eyes of ordinary professionals, the Potion Masters Guild is indeed a behemoth. But for a professional who has climbed to the holy level, although the Potion Masters Guild is still very strong, there is no need to be in awe. He has absolutely no control over what people want to do. In the end, Tuoba could only sigh leisurely, gritted his teeth and said, "If you increase the price, I will increase the price too." 23 billion. Soon, in the live broadcast room, a new round of bidding began. This time the auction is no longer limited to 1 bottle of potion, but 10 bottles. Many bidders also withdrew. Basically only the Potion Masters Guild and the Heavenly Illusionary Lord remained. But the bidding didn't last long. It's not that neither side is out of money. Instead, a more important character appeared on the stage. How about saving face next time? 3 billion. With the appearance of the new world broadcast, in the auction room, the new highest bid appeared at the same time. 3 billion. What surprised everyone even more was the name of the person who bid. Just 2 words, Zhong Lin. He also has a more famous name, a holy legal professional, Roaring Flames. Although they are both saint-level professionals, the name Lian Shengjun is obviously much easier to use than Tianwan Shengjun. For a while, even the Potion Masters Guild stopped bidding. This is because, compared to Heavenly Illusionary Lord who has basically come to an end, Raging Flame Holy Lord Zhonglin is only 40 years old this year. Among the professionals, he is still very young, has great potential, and is almost a certain future legend. Not only that, but he is also famous in the plane war, killing many saint-level powerhouses from other planes. He is a real hero of the human race. That's why, facing such a well-known human hero and future legend, and the sky-high price of 3 billion, everyone was silent. In the end, with the end of the bidding time, the owner of these 10 bottles of potions was finally determined. Lord Lai Yan, Zhonglin. The final price is 3 billion. Seeing the exaggerated number, everyone couldn't help but lose their words. This number, even in the entire history of professionals, is the highest auction price ever. Enough to be written in history. More importantly, compared to the previous auctions of high-priced heavy weapons, territories, and even mineral veins, this time, for 3 billion, what I bought was only 10 bottles of upgraded potions. This is probably the most expensive batch of upgrade potions in history. The upgrade potion that can provide 10 million experience points is not unavailable, and it is also very precious, but none of them are sold at such a high price. The reason for this is all because the level is not limited to these words. Just when everyone was still in shock of 3 billion, a new world broadcast appeared. Thank you for your mercy, please come to my place for a drink another day. Lian Shengjun Zhonglin is also very good at being a man. He sent 2 world broadcasts in a row, as if he didn't need money, and spent 1 billion star coins at will. The first broadcast first thanked all the bidders, and the second broadcast went straight to the point. Compared with the last one, the tone of this one is obviously much more eager. The master who refined such a magical potion should be watching here now, right? For the sake of buying your potion, can you show up and have a chat with me? I wish to uphold the disciple ceremony. Looking at the humble words scrolling on the screen, everyone couldn't help but be shocked by the humble gesture of the Lord Lai Yan. That's one sentence that can silence the Potion Masters Guild and the Heavenly Illusionary Venerable at the same time, the real big shots. At this time, he used the most humble words, and was even willing to follow the etiquette of a disciple, just to make friends with that mysterious great Potion Master Ming. For a moment, everyone was a little numb, and they all looked at the potion sender with an anonymous profile picture. They really wanted to know, would this mysterious potion master who had risen like a shooting star and earned 3 billion in gold with 10 bottles of potion, would respond? Should be. After all, that's a full 3 billion in real money. At this time, Lin Ming, the potion master in everyone's mind, just got up from the bed. World broadcasts are sent to all career panel owners. As long as you don't choose to turn off the world broadcast notification, the professional panel will beep to remind you. Lin Ming was woken up by this buzzing sound. Who is who? What kind of world broadcast is broadcast in the middle of the night? There is nowhere to spend the money, you give it to me. He opened the career panel angrily, wanting to see what happened. As soon as he opened it, he was startled by the numerous incoming reminders. The mailbox that was bare before going to bed is already full at the moment, full of unread emails. After opening one casually, Lin Ming was stunned by the contents. Master, can you make a friend? Master, the Potion Masters Guild is willing to invite you to join us as the chief. Master, are you talking about me? Impossible. Suspicious Lin Ming is determined to find out what happened. Ever since he first opened his own account, in an instant, he was blinded by the dense zero. After counting for a long time, he realized that it was a total of 3 billion. Lin Ming slowly opened his mouth wide. This is too exaggerated. It's only 10 bottles of potion, so it can sell so much, isn't it? This amount of money is enough to buy a high-quality sub-dragon egg. From now on, she will get rid of the embarrassing status of a commoner and become a real professional. He quickly turned to the auction interface and checked it. Immediately afterwards, I looked at those few world broadcasts one by one, and finally figured out what happened. The potion I made by myself actually caused such a big wave in this world. It even attracted monsters like the Potion Masters Guild and holy-level professionals to come out and snatch it. And the majestic future legend, the hero of the human race, actually humbled himself, and was even willing to follow the etiquette of his disciples, just to establish a friendship with himself. Seeing the message from Lord Lai Yang, Lin Ming's heart couldn't help but thumping. It is indeed a great temptation to be able to make friends with a holy professional. But Lin Ming hesitated for a moment, but still did not reply. The gap between the two sides is too large, but it is not easy to communicate on an equal footing. In the cyberspace dominated by Gaia's consciousness, he is the mysterious great potion master Ming. But in reality, he is just a small character who has not officially become a professional. If you slipped your mouth during the communication process and followed the clues to find the reality, then things would be a big deal. You know, he is not only a god-level potion master, but also a master of life professions with hundreds of god-level life professions. If this information is leaked out, Lin Ming can imagine how much turmoil and shock it will cause. And he himself is also very likely to be captured by powerful forces, become their milk cow, and lose his personal freedom. This is not what Lin Ming wants. He has already made up his mind. Before gaining sufficient self-protection ability, in the cyberspace dominated by Gaia consciousness, he has to maintain a cold and mysterious image, and try to avoid talking. It is the safest way to expose your real identity little by little after you have enough strength. And with Lin Ming's silence, everyone in the auction room gradually understood that the mysterious great potion master Ming was not interested in talking to Lord Lai Yan. He didn't even bother to say a word, expressing his refusal. That's awesome, that's the Holy One, he doesn't even bother to say a word. Seeing this scene, everyone couldn't help sighing. The great potion master Ming really pushed the arrogance of the potion master to the limit. Not even a saint is in his eyes. But no one felt that anything was wrong. This is the confidence that a truly capable person should have. Seeing this scene, quite a few low-level potion masters silently felt admiration in their hearts. Today, they really opened their eyes. This is the demeanor of a true potion master. They also want to aim at the great potion master Ming and continue to work hard. There were also some people who were secretly worried whether the potion master Ming's behavior would offend that Lord Lai Yan. This is the demeanor a great potion master should have. In reality, a majestic middle-aged man with a short beard was smiling all over his face, shaking a bottle of light blue potion in his hand. He is none other than Lai Yan Shengzhen Zhonglin. For Lin Ming's almost contemptuous refusal, Zhonglin was not only not annoyed, but seemed very happy. In his opinion, it is normal for a potion master who can make such a powerful potion as Daigo to be proud. If he was too enthusiastic, he would become suspicious. Therefore, the more that potion master is like this, the more he attaches importance to it. As a saint-level powerhouse, he has a wide range of friends, and he realized early on that this potion master Ming who suddenly appeared would definitely not be a potion master of the older generation. Such a powerful ability, yet so unknown, there is only one truth. This bottle of magical potion definitely comes from a new generation of potion masters. Thinking of this, Zhonglin felt a burst of heat in his heart. He was able to make Daigo potion at a young age, which meant that his potential was unlimited. As long as you make good friends with him, wouldn't this kind of potion that can increase experience without limit in the future come just by opening your mouth? The combat power of magic professions is amazing, and their experience per level is higher than that of ordinary professions. This has always been the most distressing place for magic professions. And this time, things finally had the simplest solution. That is the potion Daigo. Thinking of this, Zhonglin wanted to roar excitedly. That's not all, this Master Ming can make Daigo, so it must be no problem to make other magical potions. Who knows if there is any more magical potion in the hands of this new generation of potion master. Thinking of this, Zhonglin couldn't sit still. We must find a way to make friends with the potion's master. Compared with the value of this potion master, 3 billion is simply an inconspicuous figure. He immediately ordered everyone to closely monitor the account signed by Ming. Once the potion master makes any moves, or sells any new potions, he must be there as soon as possible. This time, he almost lost the chance to get the potion because he got the news late. This mistake, he can't make it again. At the same time, Lin Ming looked at the 3 billion in his account and smiled happily. The popularity of the Daigo potion exceeded his expectations. It also allowed him to save enough money to buy dragon eggs earlier than planned. With 300,000 in hand, he can finally buy dragon eggs and fulfill his goal of becoming a dragon tamer. It won't be long before he will be able to get rid of his status as an ordinary person and officially become a professional. Just do it. Lin Ming immediately inquired about the purchase of dragon eggs on the message panel. At the same time, with the end of the appalling auction involving 3 billion star coins, the fame of Daigo Potion and Great Potion Master Ming also began to spread everywhere. A mysterious and unknown potion master, Ming, is auctioning an upgrade potion that can increase experience regardless of level on the auction channel. When hearing this news, most people's first reaction is disbelief. And after they confirmed it, they began to feel heartbroken. I am sad that I did not catch up with this grand event. Maybe he can also get a bottle of potion and establish a friendship with that great potion master. As soon as the words, ignoring level, come out, any knowledgeable professional will not know the horror of it. These 4 words mean infinite possibilities. Who is this mysterious great potion master? Why did he do this, and what is his purpose for doing this? A small bottle of magic potion is constantly causing shock and discussion among professionals. Countless people and forces are offering rewards for Lin Ming's real identity, eager to meet him. But Lin Ming's account is newly registered, and there is no trace at all, and under the high secrecy of Gaia's consciousness, no one can pass through Gaia's consciousness to obtain Lin Ming's identity. So, under everyone's common name, Master Ming became the code name of this mysterious great potion master, and his fame spread everywhere. At the same time, Lin Ming finished reading the last introduction, raised his head, and stretched himself. He couldn't help sighing. So there are so many things to pay attention to when buying dragon eggs. The Dragon Clan, as the most powerful existence in this world, naturally received extraordinary treatment. Naturally, there is no need to even think about the real dragon eggs. One egg starts at least tens of billions, and there is no price in the market. But fortunately, the dragon race is not valued very much by the sub-dragon species mixed with the blood of the real dragon other than the real dragon, so there are a lot of them, and the price is relatively low, only around a few billion. Lin Ming wasn't greedy either, so he bought a sub-dragon egg to hatch and officially became a beast tamer. Anyway, the tamer can also have multiple dragons, not a single binding. The matter of real dragon eggs will be discussed later when we have the opportunity and enough financial resources. Then there is the way to buy worm eggs. Although it is a sub-dragon, it is still much more expensive than ordinary beasts. After all, who in the world would not want to have a sub-dragon as his pet beast? Not to mention combat power, even if it is pulled out, it will be very face-saving. In ordinary pet shops, you can also buy sub-dragon eggs, but the quality can only be said to be average. Most of them are ordinary sub-dragons such as white dragons and poisonous dragons. If you want to obtain really high-quality yulong eggs, you must go to a professional yulong store. Only there will be what Lin Ming wants. Soon, Lin Ming found the legendary yulong shop. After paying 1 million for the access qualification, in front of Lin Ming, the space was distorted, and a wormhole appeared. This is the way to the worm shop. The legendary yulong store is actually directly located in the small space constructed by Gaia's consciousness. As long as you pass through the portal, you can go directly there. This handwriting alone is beyond the reach of ordinary forces. I don't know who is behind that sub-dragon shop. Lin Ming murmured in his heart, could it be the Dragon Clan itself? Thinking in his heart, he stepped into the wormhole and came to a gray space with a fog door in front of him. After entering the fog gate, you will officially come to the sub-dragon store. But before again, Lin Ming made a series of preparations. He first applied for the disguise and privacy protection of Gaia Consciousness. Gaia Consciousness takes this aspect of privacy very seriously, and both of these features are free. Then, he opened his life occupation panel and selected 3 god-level occupations from it. From getting a dragon egg, to hatching, to becoming a dragon tamer, there is still a long way to go. In history, it is not that there are no dragon trainers who can get dragon eggs, but they all fall at the level of hatching. But the reason why Lin Ming has such confidence in himself is because of the 3 life occupations he has. God-level animal pet expert, God-level beast trainer, and a God-level animal nutritionist. A God-level animal pet expert can identify a pet animal, including its type, training direction, and training potential, all at a glance. A God-level pet trainer can effectively train, strengthen and cultivate the strongest and best pets according to the situation of pets. The God-level pet nutritionist, as the name suggests, is a profession that cooks for pets. According to the racial characteristics of pets, he can make food that best suits the taste of pets and is most beneficial to the growth of pets. These three professions have all reached the full level. In the previous game, they were called God-level beast masters. Loading all three professions on himself, Lin Ming was ready, stepped out of the fog door, and came to the Yulong store. "Sir, what service do you need, please?" The gray fog dissipated, and what appeared in front of Lin Ming was a Yulong face covered with scales, full of laughter. It should be the receptionist of the Yulong shop. This also just confirmed Lin Ming's conjecture. This sub-dragon shop is probably inextricably linked with the real dragon clan. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe.